Multi-Vow. Kamahl's Druidic Vow here. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of land and or legendary permanents with converted mana cost X or less or among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into your graveyard. There's also a legendary spell, so you have to have a planeswalker or legendary creature in play to cast it. So we've got things like Fblthp, Kinnan, Emry, and then planeswalkers like Tamiyo and Nissa, who shakes the world. This deck has a pseudo combo kill, where you use Kamahl's Druidic Vow to floop your entire deck into play by making lots of mana, and then Jace, Wielder of Mysteries with his static text and his +1 allow you to win the game. We have Paradox Engine here, along with Emry and a couple of Moxen to be able to generate arbitrarily large amounts of mana, so that way we can Druidic Vow our entire deck into play. Because Nissa is a good ramp enabler for Druidic Vow, and she's also just an individually good card, we also get to play this kind of backup plan of ramp into Nissa, which is nice. What is the black mana for? What is the black mana for? Sorry, this was a viewer submission, and I didn't double check the mana base. The last build we played was Sultai. Yeah, why do we have black cards in here? These are just blue-green forests that are untappable. Throwing the opponent off, okay. It's fine. To be fair, the other deck kind of threw us off a little bit. It's not a big deal. All right, so this is 11, 13 blue. Maybe I want slightly more. Yeah, probably. Oh, pathways are good. Pathways are a good suggestion. We do want a certain critical number of forests to be able to use Nissa to ramp consistently, but that sounds good. All right, play some games. Blue-green Vow. Not Soul Time. Oop. Some folks wondering about Fblthp. Fblthp is a legendary creature. Kamahl's Druidic Vow requires you have a planeswalker or legendary creature in play in order to cast it. Yeah, so you only have one copy of Jace in the deck, and you're generally speaking not going to be casting him. Even when you are casting him, we have things like Chromatic Spheres, as well as Kinnan to double up mana and other things, so I'm not really worried about color fixing. Sloblo, thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. But I'm playing some green-black fair cards over there. I've got huge tracts of land. Perhaps I'm supposed to just put Breeding Pool into play there, because I have so many lands. I'd like Nissa to double my mana more. Right on time, Emry. Welcome to the party. Yeah, the Woe Strider probably means they're a Citadel deck, I imagine.
The land fights for us.
I'd venture to guess. So, Bolas' Citadel, oldie but a goodie. You may cast the top card of your library by paying life. And then they've got Bastion of Remembrance here. So I assume we're going to get just full comboed this turn. Yeah, and we are dead at this point. So these drain us when something dies. So they get to activate Citadel here, which will drain us for 10. And then it'll trigger their Bastions here. So let them go ahead and do their thing. Nice and quick. Killed us before the Citadel trigger even happened. Some Wilts and some Brontodon sound nice. Spellbomb's probably not great. We're trimming Spellbomb. Maybe we trim Emry. Mindstone could be trimmable, perhaps. Oh, this is a stroke matchup. Feel like I want to try it. Feel like the 4 ways to destroy artifacts is probably plenty of interaction. Yeah, the opponent's archetype is an older deck. It was a thing that we did a bunch at the very start of Historic. I kind of fell off in power level a little bit as Historic got more cards added to it, but if you like it, it's definitely playable. The sacrifice decks in the format played the Citadel for a little bit before they got optimized more and moved away from it. Okay, well, we're gonna have a pretty decent Vow next turn, right? With Kinnan, these tap for 2 mana. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice Thoughtseize. So this is X is 7 here. Well, I would like chat to rate our turn 3 versus their turn 3. If you could. Oh, we have infinite mana, right? This is infinite mana because there's another Mox in my bin. Oh, I could have floated first there. We have infinite mana and infinite cards, yeah. So now we also get to... We actually just start doing this, right? This is what we're using Druidic Vow to set up. So we net mana on this loop so we get to draw our whole deck. That was a turn 4 kill too, right? I know we have a bunch of lands in play because we cast Druidic Vow for a bunch on turn 3. Wait, what happened? Where's my game screen? Why do I not have a sideboard screen? Chat. All right, I guess we'll restart Arena, chat. Oh no! Our combo is so good at Broke Arena. Our combo is so strong at Broke Arena. Those were some sound effects. Okay, we're in the sideboarding screen. Done. Yeah, this looks great. Release ready indeed, Dindadar. Thank you for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. That was game 2, yeah. They comboed us game 1, we comboed them game 2. Getting set up to race here, game 3. Haha! Our hand does play around Thoughtseize like a pro. You're not wrong. So I think I want to just cycle this Triome this turn and try and get set up to Vow next turn, maybe, if we could find some more mana. We usually don't want to Vow for less than 5 because we want to be able to get Nissa and Paradox Engine if we see them. We want to find a little bit more ramp before we do this, ideally. So we've got 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more mana. Mox would do it. Maybe with multiple vows. I think we're definitely vowing next turn, even if we brick on ramp. Because we want to just try and get some velocity going. Bottom's good for the home team. Wonder if they're gonna keep sacking aggressively. If they have a Citadel in hand, they want to scry for a black source for sure. They topped it. Okay, could be dead here. All right, cue the carnival music, chat. Yeah, Woe Strider Citadel usually means we die. And this is how they keep casting spells. So Wild Growth Walker with Jade Light Ranger lets them gain a bunch of life to continue casting through their deck. And then Woe Strider sacrificing things lets them ensure that they're not going to brick off on lands. All right, and then Blood Artist here is lethal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they were one card short. Yeah, I should probably find some royalty-free carnival music. It's a good suggestion. And then Citadel activates here, and the Blood Artist triggers are going to go ahead and drain us out. Historic has a huge range of combo kills, like stuff we're doing, like stuff our opponent's doing. And like I've said, I think these types of decks, like what we're playing and what the opponent is playing, are the types of decks you want to be playing in this format. Being linear and proactive tends to be where you want to be in Magic's non-rotating formats. Sure. Howdy, Puddle Jumper. Stitcher Supplier, no Luris. Interesting. Ooh. Fiend Artisan, sweet. Pretty fortunate that their Stitcher Supplier hit 3 X creatures to enable this. Oh yeah, Mono Black God Pharaoh's Gift was a thing for a hot second. Yeah, look at that. Looking for a Mox here. Alright, found an unsummon. Not terrible. Like next turn we can go land Kinnan, Aether Spellbomb the Fiend Artisan, assuming they don't have removal. Removal spells are really good against canines and Mythgard Scottish. They're a deck that depends on synergy between units, so being able to pick apart their board is really strong. This is... Sacrifice this. You have 6 or more creatures in your graveyard. Do they hit that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. I think we just send the Fiend Artisan back from whence it came, right? Do we send the Fiend Artisan back, or do we hold the Spellbomb for them getting God Pharaoh's Gift and putting something into play? It could be right to just hold it for God Pharaoh's Gift, right? Purple Red not having any sweepers is rough. Are you playing 2 Magmatar? Magmatar's real good. It's a pseudo sweeper. Yeah, with Priest in play, waiting on this activation is probably better. They're gonna make us sack Fblthp. So they get to go get God Pharaoh's Gift here, which puts things into play as 4/4s. But that's not too big of a deal because they're tokens. This is still an 8/8 though, which is scary. I think we're just bouncing the 7/7, right? Oh, it could go either way. This is going to let them get a second God Pharaoh's gift next turn, right? They're still going to have priest activations too. Feels like we're dead here, huh? It is not legendary. The God Pharaoh has many presents. You thought it was legendary because usually one of them being in play is enough to end the game. Just gets the thing back every turn. Yeah, there's a Chupacabra. I didn't put any graveyard hate in our sideboard, and honestly, even if I had, I'm not even sure it would have been good here, right? Because, it probably would have been Grafdigger's Cage, which doesn't do anything against God Pharaoh's Gift. Wilt and Brontodon are both very reasonable here, being able to destroy their artifact, which is nice. I feel like I probably don't have time to get up to Nissa here. Trim a couple of those. The deck our opponent's playing's fallen out of favor a little bit, but it was very popular at one point. Shortly after AHK Remastered released. Looking for some legendary Dorkos. These require a legendary planeswalker or creature to cast. To be fair, this just saying legendary sorcery doesn't tell you what being a legendary sorcery actually does. So I don't really fault you in terms of reading the card there. Got one creature in here only. One Fblthp, please. This Twitch stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience. Don't they just priest it? I mean, maybe. We didn't show them Druidic Vow. I disavow. It's just a harmless little Fibble boy, chat. What did he ever do to you? Yes! Alright, come on. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Wait, I can do this, and this is free, right? Oh, this does make it for 5, right? Oh no, we're still one short. Well, it's for the same amount as it would be otherwise. Gideon was free. Can't find a Nissa, but... Well, we got another Kinnan animation. Fourth vow, bad beats. Bad beats. The Shuffler's as rigged as the earth is flat, shit. This match was quite massacre. I mean, I don't know that really constitutes doing the thing. Our deck, and that's the problem with the deck like this, right? Like, our thing, even when it happens, is still variance fueled, right? It's not even when all of our pieces come together, it's nowhere near guaranteed. I cut 2 Nissas, okay? Not all of them. Yeah, it seems good. It's actually like really good, right? We draw a Gideon and it's really off to the races. Listen, chat, we had 1 turn 4 kill this set. That's already far exceeded expectations. Ooh, we hit another Mox here. So if we draw a land, we can Paradox Engine. Or Nissa. Rats. I guess I could still draw a land with this. Oh, I guess I could cast that. Yikes. Yikes. Peace was never an option. Oh, I could recast the sphere. I was thinking I only had the Mox. It's fine. I nailed land. I don't know if I would describe that as a problem, but it's definitely going to be a thing where some amount of the time when we do get set up, people are just going to concede because they can't beat the Nissa. It's like you don't even get to actually vow because Nissa is good enough, meaning vow tends to be win more. Does this qualify as a turn 4 kill? Asking the real questions. Ooh, nicely. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Just even of our cheap legendary things in this hand is great. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. Nice, nice. Storm count is 3. Green-black foretell. They played a green-black land last game, too. Green-black elves? I think I named Mox here.
To the library.
Hey, Optimus. Traded most of my binder for my first dual land ever near Mint Plateau. Get it. Okay, now I'm morbidly curious. How much is a bad dual land like Plateau cost these days? Lay your MTG finance on me. They're like $250. Good lord.
Stop interrupting me.
Good golly.
Seek and find.
Alright, so the game is over. Our opponent has died, chat. I guess this technically isn't deterministic, so we could brick. So this is 12, 16, 17, so X is 15. Heavy played Revised Plateau is $300 on SCG. It's about 250 real people money, sounds right. Oh, I should have floated mana with the Mox here, because we're getting another Mox. It's actually a pretty big mistake.
Let us have a storied battle worth retelling.
Okay, so we make blue. We use Nissa to untap this.
The land fights
We
for
cast Jace. We make some mana here that we almost mess up. Jace resolves. We minus Tamiyo. We pick back up. Where am I moxing at? Pick up a Mox Amber.
The storied past holds our future.
Oh, I forgot to. It's fine. It's fine. We have plenty of mana. I'm fumbling, chat. I'm fumbling. X is more than 10.
This will come in handy.
Plus 1 by Jace. Look at that. All right, so that's the thing. That's the thing, chat. That is what we're trying to accomplish. Make some mana, Druidic Vow, make more mana, Druidic Vow again. Use the Jace ult to win the game. Turn 3 Nissa, chat. You love to see it. Oh no, my opponent mulliganed twice. Are they unlucky or are they playing? Are we about to get trickeried? Hey, psychologist, thank you for the 2.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Opponent might also have a turn 3 Nissa. Visionary. Vision is scary. Start a revolution. Polluting the airwaves. You think Fblthp pollutes the airwaves, chat? Hell yeah, he does.
Witness the tide that bind us all. Behold, nature's true power.
This is a free attack, I guess, before we play Emry. I guess I'm not really sure what a third color does for you, Seth. Can we retire yet? What's going on, Juju? Thank you for the 58 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Do not assume I am fragile.
Pumpa chump here to keep Nissa alive. Fear my 1/1, chat. Fear it. Be afraid. Our opponent's card balanced our Nissa. Goodbye, friend.
I am Tamiyo. It is an honor to meet you. I know I noted this somewhere.
How do you spell Kamahl? How do you spell this? K-A? I knew there was H in there somewhere. Ooh, we binned. We binned the Jace. That's awkward. Do I even want to make more creatures with Nissa? I don't think so. I think I'm just passing. Hey, Eric. Guess I was only watching on my tablet yesterday, so I have a gap in my sub. Looking forward to Hoots coverage. Thanks for the 20 months. Really appreciate it. Welcome back. Well, this has haste. So if I bounce it proactively, it's going to... No, chat. Her plus is worth nothing because of Vorn clicks. Okay, now a second Spellbomb drawn. Oh, you know, I should probably Druidic Vow. Nah. Okay, so I'm gonna send this back from whence it came, and now I can plus by Planeswalkers to get a little bit of loyalty on them.
I think you will find my notes.
Hey, Asinine, welcome back. Good morning. Man, that's
Rise,
awkward.
my elemental friend.
How many cards into my deck without Vow are we? 27? Brutal. Does Paradox Engine win there? It will next turn, right? Yeah, so the game has ended. For those that weren't here earlier, this is how our deck works. So we now get to draw the entirety of our deck while also having arbitrarily large amounts of mana, thanks to Emry, Paradox Engines, and these Moxen. And the Chromatic Sphere lets us draw our deck. So this Emry Amber lets us draw our deck, and then Jace says we win the game. Alright, opponent's deck is mono green. Probably want these Aether Gusts, huh? So, our deck is what I would refer to as an engine deck, pun intended. So, boarding more than 4 cards seems like a mistake. So, in general, you don't want to overboard with a deck like what we are playing, because remember, we're not a control deck. We're not trying to interact with our opponent as much as possible. We want to just disrupt them enough so that way we can set ourselves up to combo. 2-second nap. Thanks for the follow, by the way, if you're still here. Sorry I missed that one. Do any cards I'm cutting to fit in more things from the sideboard or things that are going to make me interact more slowly, or combo more slowly. We just Aether Gust this, right? And with this draw, we get to go Kinnan. Yeah, we get to go Kinnan into this. into... Actually, do I just hold the Aether Gust for their scary payoff? Do I gust this or do I gust their payoff? I think I gust this. Man, did we just turn 3 Nissa this opponent 2 games in a row? It's kind of great. Look at me. I'm the ramp deck. Unk. I'm the ramp deck, chat. Got me.
Together, we will prevail.
It's unfortunate that Kinnan doesn't make Nissa lands tap for more. So, if I kill their Nissa, my Druidic vow is 2 smaller. So, I think the correct play is to kill their Nissa here. The fun play, however, is to cast a big Druidic vow. And since this is a do the thing deck, I'm going to take the fun play.
Of the mind.
The lands do get vigilance, but in order to maximize Druidic vows casting, I need to float 2. No, Nissa only targets non-creature lands. The comment about the Zagoth Triome untapping is accurate, but then I can't cycle this. I'd like to cycle it so we can find more Druidic vows for later.
Behold, nature's true power. Stop.
Stop. Hammer time. Oh, come back, opponent! I was gonna cast a big vow next turn. Read. Read. I love me some Nissa Storm, yep. Ooh, we get a Chromatic Sphere. What are the opponents playing? White aggro? Yep, second plains probably means white aggro. I saw Croaky's playing this deck a little bit. It looked pretty good. Good, clean, linear deck with a little bit of disruption. Is Soul Sister still playable in Historic? Probably. Bant Angels has taken over as the more popular variation of the life gain deck for a little bit. But I imagine Sisters is probably still fine. Nice, nice. Just gonna go ahead and bounce this. The blue splash and Bant Angel is just for Linvala. So that's a common misconception. The blue splash and Angels is actually for Glasspool Mimic. And you happen to play Linvala because you're splashing for Glasspool Mimic. I can always tell who understands the Angels deck and who doesn't when they bring up Linvala instead of Glasspool Mimic. Linvala is nice, but not worth splashing for. Glasspool Mimic is worth splashing for, chat. Okay, so we Kinnan. And then we do this. And we do this. And then we do this. And we're Paradox Engine away from this popping off, right? From fully popping off. I think we named Druidic Vow though, right? Because it's we have 4 of those when they have 2 engines.
Let me aid your research.
Yeah, we have Emry as well, so if we flip over, Tamiyo puts the extra cards in the bin. Look at our deck looking like a reasonable combo deck, chat. All of our pieces humming together here. So next turn I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 mana, so we get to vow for 8. If they don't kill my Tamiyo, Tamiyo can down tick and net us 2 mana as well with the Mox Amber. Kinnan is very silly. And because they're playing Lurist, we know they don't have anything like Alright, so she's dead, right? So no blocks. I guess I could technically throw Kinnan away to save her, but that's not a good exchange. Not a good exchange for me.
Our time together is finished.
Does casting Nissa net me mana? Nissa makes each of these tap for 1 more. She's mana neutral, right? So she's a free roll to cast. And she might net me mana. Like I tap for her like this, and she makes 1, 2, 3 extra, plus she untaps for 2 more, so she's mana neutral.
Through this land, we are all connected. The land shall conquer you.
X is 9.
I'm always a step ahead.
So, my opponent wasn't actually dead there, but they conceded, so thanks, I guess. Actually worth noting that Tide Channel Pathway not being able to, having to come in as green there was awkward, because I couldn't cast Fblthp from my hand. Does this feel better than the other Paradox Engine deck we played? I don't know. It definitely feels different. I didn't play that last list a ton. I don't know that it necessarily feels worse. I think I'm just clicking submit. Just try and race here. Yeah, all cards like Druidic Vow that put permanents directly into play only put the front side into play. The pathways should be Hinterland Harbors for that reason. Yeah, I could see maybe not playing 4. I guess I don't need untapped lands on 1 usually, huh? Yeah, maybe these should be Hinterland Harbors, because neither double with Nissa. Yeah, I like that suggestion. We'll make that swap after this match. Lyrical, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, that explains why they kept a hand without a 1-drop. I'm pretty sure Thalia is a main deck card for them. For reference, when people's talking about them drawing their sideboard card. I'm pretty sure they're, Does this count as taxation without representation? Yes, please grant Paradox Engine state status. I believe we have died, chat. I don't have answers to Thalia. So yeah, there is not blue fire. That's why I'm playing the Triome. If there was just a straight forest thing, I would be playing that. I think I bottom a forest, and I plan to cycle this Triome. Should have played this on 1, obviously. Yeah, they don't even exist. Yeah, they're not. It's not that the 2-color. It's not that forest island cycle land isn't an historic. It's that it literally doesn't exist. Not a magic card that's been printed. Yeah, but at that point you're like, you might as well just play some Sultai ramp control deck, Seth. You're a different deck at that point. Dahlia is kind of a thing in the format, right? It's not, actually. We've been playing historic 6 hours a day, and this is the first or second Dahlia I've played against. There's so many things in this format, chat. Yeah, we have 2 Aether Spellbombs in our main deck too, right? So you're saying 4 Zagoth Triomes isn't enough black sources to cast Witch's Vengeance on 3? I am. Oh yeah, Strixhaven is enemy colors, right? So we might get enemy color 2-mana cycling lands at Strixhaven. That'd be sweet. What am I naming with Tamiyo? I feel like I just need mana, right? Is it just like Mox?
To the library.
Obs should have named Spellbomb. We should splash Kroxa for this matchup.
Do not harm my scrolls.
This deck would love
Use
Uro.
some manners.
Hey, Factor Fiction, thanks for the 3rd year. Welcome back. It's good to have you. Woo. The goodest of voice, chat. I'm gonna name Mox again here. Okay. So Mox is mana neutral this turn. Or actually it ramps still, right? Because it costs 1, makes 2. I'm a liar. It ramps. And then I have 4, so this is 6. So I'm pretty sure we cast this for X's 3. Just to try and hit some lands here. So that way the next one can be bigger. Feels bad, man. That's definitely the right play. Feels bad, but definitely the right play. Ugh, brutal. All right, so we're dead. I think we've died. All right, let's get some Hinterland Harbors in here. Play 1 or 2 more. Definitely like the Hinterland Harbor suggestion over the Pathways because of the interaction with Vow and wanting more blue mana. Honestly, is this enough blue? This is 8, 15. That's plenty blue. I'm gonna add another forest in. The opponent's deck wasn't Death and Taxes. I really hate how Magic players just like look at Thalia and then see any deck with a Thalia in it as Death and Taxes. Chat, they're a mono white aggro deck with like a dozen, like over a dozen 1-drops. Mono white aggro is not Death and Taxes. If you think mono white aggro is Death and Taxes, I'd encourage you to go play some Legacy. Serpent of Set, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. With 4 other lands, this is probably getting cycled, so I'm gonna lead on Breeding Pool here. Ah. This deck isn't infect, but why is it even playing blue and green? I think we do that this turn, so that way we can Tamiyo next turn. And Tamiyo saves us from this, making us sacrifice Kinnan, which is nice. And by that I mean my opponent's going to claim the firstborn my Kinnan, rendering my Tamiyo's effect useless. But we tried.
I know this somewhere.
At least we tried. We'll get a "you tried" sticker, chat. I would be incredibly surprised if Legacy Cube isn't on Magic Arena at some point. Or at least a number of cards from it. Cube's super popular. I'm sure we're gonna get more and more. A lot of Cube cards that people find fun to play aren't necessarily complicated in terms of rule set to program, so. Is Kisa's combo still a playable deck? Well, I mean, you answered your question. Why don't we see it anymore? It's not particularly good, no. Well, they're gonna kill my Fblthp with Mayhem Devil triggers anyways, so might as well block. I do wish they could put Cube in and never have it legal beyond it. Yeah, that's what they'll do for a number of cards, Slayer. So like Mox Jet and other original Moxen exist on Arena and just aren't legal in Historic. That was definitely something that was talked about early on in the Magic Arena team, was that they have an engine that they enter rules text into as opposed to programming cards individually. Which that's a good thing.
I think you will find my note helpful.
Sacrificing Spellbomb gets the damage with Mayhem Devil. It was the next card, chat. It was the next card. And then next turn, we're not gonna have a Tamiyo in play anymore to play the Druidic Vow with, so. Yeah, you know, people often talk about issues Magic Arena has, and honestly, one of the most frustrating things about the shortcomings in Magic Arena is that, yeah, Magic's got a really complicated rules engine underneath it, but most of the issues Magic Arena has aren't rules engine related. They're like interface things and missing quality of life features and not having a thing like a tournament client two or 3 years in. Like, the actual rules engine... The actual rules engine underneath that powers the cards is pretty consistent. The number of bugs in Arena that are like, this card doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, are pretty few and far between, and usually get addressed pretty quickly. Yeah, there's been a few outlier examples of rules issues with Arena that if you dig, you'd find, but most of them get addressed pretty quickly, and they're pretty rare. Yes, agree with that. 9 times out of 10, when someone's complaining that Magic Arena isn't executing the rules properly, it's because they don't understand the rules. And I guess to their credit, the rules of Magic are often convoluted and messy, but, you know, still, the point stands. I think taking issue with the 256 token cap on Magic Arena is idiotic. The number of games that token limit impacts the outcome of are like non-existent. So you're just like upset with something that largely doesn't matter for purity reasons, which is idiotic. Stop it. Stop being a pedantic card game player. Take a deep breath and realize that it doesn't matter, and don't let these things upset you. If it was 257, it would make all the difference. I'm up for a challenge. Think this one. Fat Robot, thank you for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know how we ever do anything underneath this Priest of this Mayhem Devil. I assume we're just dead here. Joke's on you, opponent. Fblthp's scared. You can't take my Fblthp, he's running away.
No.
Yes, devil triggers on our Chromatic Spheres too. Yes, that is the #1 Magic the Gathering online feature that Magic Arena desperately needs, is the ability to auto-yield to triggers. The fact that that's hasn't been a top priority is really frustrating. No! 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 Fuck! I clicked the Z to undo, and it didn't undo it. It clicked on speaking of interface frustrations. So I should be able to Druidic Vow for 6/7 here, but now I can't because of the interface. Fine. We can do it for 5 at least, but I should be getting 2 more here. Yeah, and like, yeah. I think if you hit the escape key, the interface would have done what I needed it to do there. I believe is what I needed. I needed to hit the escape key. What were the first 2 cards we milled? I would have hit Nissa. Nissa was the first card we built. If I had 2 more cards there, we would have hit... Yeah, so we would have gotten to get Nissa, and then we would have gotten to cast a spell from our hand, which would have untapped these because of Paradox Engine. And now we're dead. I'm going to be done with this deck. Seth, I know you love Druidic Vow, but I don't really have any comments on how to make this deck better, because I don't really think you can. This deck's not very good. I don't think splashing a color really solves your issue. You're just like this awkward combo deck that like dies to removal spells, gets picked apart by Thoughtseize and counter spells, and also cares about its graveyard, and like Grafdigger's Cage like also turns off your thing. And I don't think you can make this consistent enough or fast enough to race the other good decks in the format. You get to like floop on occasion and like do the turn 3, turn 4 combos sometimes if you run Hotter Than the Sun, but from a what you can do in the format, this deck's just not particularly competitive. Vow looks like it brings less than card. I don't know. I don't think the regular Paradox Engine deck is very good either. There's a reason why people don't play that. I actually don't think this build, honestly, my takeaway at the end here, I actually think this build's probably better than the stock Paradox Engine deck, because in addition to this flooping on occasion, just random turn 3 Nissas that this deck generates is also very good, and that's going to win you games that you're not going to win when you're comboing. So from a Paradox Engine deck perspective, I actually liked what this was doing a lot more than the other variation that we had played that was like all in on Druid, all in on the Paradox Engine combo. The fact that, like, Nissa sets you up while Vow kind of churns through your deck is a neat way to approach it from, but I think even with being better than that, this still just isn't very good. The consistency when your opponent's ignoring you, combined with the fact that the number of axes your opponent has to interact with you on that disrupt you, is just too high. All right, let's do some deck voting for the last one, huh? It's been a hot second. We've had a ton of donation deck submissions recently, so